Hey everyone, welcome to part 2 of my videos on how to run a 2-3 zone defense. If you haven't seen part 1, you can click on the link here. In part 2, we will finish the specific coverages, how to defend the low post, and finally, how to run an aggressive or trapping 2-3 zone defense, so stay tuned.
It's holding him. That's a jump ball?
You missed that one!
Ref, he got whacked. Call a foul! Get up! How is that not a foul?
So in part 1 of this 2-part series, we covered the basic 2-3 zone coverage areas, specific coverage areas in the 2-3 zone, and how to defend the perimeter and the high post areas. We're now going to go over how to defend the low post area, and later on, how to run an aggressive or trapping 2-3 zone. First, let's review our 4 principles for running any zone defense. 1. Force the offense to one side of the court. 2. Prevent penetration into the key. 3. Force the lowest percentage shot. And 4. Rebound. Limit the offense to only one shot per possession. Defending the low post in the 2-3 zone. Against a 2-3 zone, a low post entry pass will likely come from the wing, from the corner, or from the high post. When the ball enters the low post from the wing, it is the 5 players' main responsibility to guard this player. Remember, a strong interior defense is a strength of the 2-3 zone. Our 5 player should stop his opponent from going baseline and force them towards the middle, where player 4 can provide help. If this low post player is exceptionally strong, player 3 can show and recover. If you're constantly having to double team a low post player in order to stop them from scoring, you're better off denying this entry pass rather than trying to play defense once they have the ball. A half or full front deny will leave a pass over the top available. Player 4 should be ready to come over to help. If the pass enters the low post from the corner, it's still player 5's main responsibility to defend, cut off baseline drives, and force to the middle for help. In these examples, you've seen a wing to low post entry pass with a high and low post and 3 guards outside the 3-point arc on the same side as the ball. Coverages would be the same with a double low post, which you're less likely to see against a 2-3 zone, and also with 4 perimeter players and 1 low post player. Now let's go over how to trap out of the 2-3 zone defense. There are a few key teaching points to successfully executing a trap from the 2-3 zone. 1. Read the situation. Your teammates and the position of the ball should help to determine whether or not you should trap. 2. Don't trap every time. Teams will often make the mistake of trying to trap too often. Teach your team to look for situations that will lead to easy or more successful traps. A poor passer or a player who lacks skills like dribbling with their head up. 3. Proper closeout techniques are essential. Close out on the ball with your hands up and don't overrun your opponent. And 4. Know who can handle the ball. If your opponent has 2 or more good ball handlers, you may want to reconsider running the trap from the 2-3 zone. There are 4 areas where I like to trap in the 2-3 zone. 2 in the baseline corners or short corners, and 2 in the low post areas. First, let's go over how to trap when the ball is passed into the baseline corner. When the ball is passed into the corner, we're going to trap with our 2 and 3 defenders. Player 3's job is to close out and deny a baseline drive. Player 2 will drop to double team the ball with their hands up. It's important to stress to your players not to reach or swipe at the ball when trapping. Apply pressure without fouling and allow your opponent to make mistakes and turn the ball over. Player 1 will come out to deny this wing pass out. Player 4 moves up to cover the high post, and player 5 will 3/4 or full front deny the low post entry pass. To successfully execute this trap, we cannot allow the first pass to the low post or back out to the wing guard. We want to cover this pass into the high post with the opposite bottom defender. The defender should be able to cover this high post pass While making this pass look open to the trapped offensive player, you can hang back just far enough to be able to steal this pass out of the trap. The only pass that we will allow from this corner trap is this long pass out to the top of the key. Often, this pass over the outstretched arms of your two trapping defenders will be slow and high arcing, giving enough time for the high post defender to break off and steal this pass. If the ball enters the trapping area from a dribble instead of by a pass, the trap coverage is the same. The open offensive player on the opposite side of the court means our forward defender must be aware of and protect this area. Cross-court passes are forward's responsibility to close out on. Now let's go over how to trap when the ball enters the low post. First, let's go over the low post trap from a wing or corner entry pass. Here's our normal zone coverage. Our 2 defender has on-ball coverage, and player 3 is guarding his or her zone area. To best execute this low post trap, wait until the post entry comes from this area of the court, and our bottom defender is now responsible for on-ball coverage. When trapping in the low post, we will send the opposite top guard to trap with our 5 player. When we know we're trapping, this top guard should cheat down a little into the paint, trying to get about 1 step away from the low post entry. Once the ball is passed into the low post, the opposite top guard will quickly move into trap with hands up, not allowing the offense to split between the defense or pass over the top. 5's job is to stop the ball from going baseline. Our 3 defender cannot allow this pass back out to the wing. Our 2 defender needs to drop down into the paint quickly, and our opposite bottom defender will guard this area against weak passes or cuts to the basket. Here's a look at the low post trap. Player 3 must deny this pass back out to the wing. Our top guards should deny this first pass and should be able to steal any slow or high arcing passes out of the trap. Here's the opposite bottom defender taking away any weak side pass opportunities. Hey everyone, thanks for watching my videos on how to run a 2-3 zone defense. I tried to condense as much information as possible into these 2 videos. I couldn't possibly go over every single offensive strategy you may encounter with this zone. Also, different coaches may teach this zone differently. This is simply how I would teach this defensive strategy. Remember, steals are nice, but you'll get enough turnovers off a trap on the other team just making mistakes. If you're going to try this defense out, I wish you much success. Please leave me a comment, let me know how it worked out for you and your team. If you have recorded video of your team running this defense or any of the plays you've learned from my channel and would like me to create a YouTube video reviewing the execution of the play, please email me at coachrussvideos@gmail.com. This is a great way to help you refine those small but important details and for others in our community to learn from it as well. Please subscribe to my channel for more videos to come. Blessings to you and have a great season.